were simply cleaning up the points of interest with clear creation plan, the main knee-jerk thought was, that's it for Mazda's biodiesel. Specifically, the Skyactiv D that was planned available to be purchased in the US, just to be postponed for quite a long time by different administrative detours and different issues that Mazda is frustratingly, however justifiably, obscure on. In any event, it had ceased to exist sooner or later, not far off when Skyactiv X was generally accessible. Surprisingly not the situation by any means. Mazda will embrace an approach that turns out to be increasingly charged and differing the nearer you get to 2035. In any case, inward ignition will play a profound and focal part up to that point, and most likely past. Before we get to what those distinctive powertrains, diesel and energized, will look like not far off, we should stop and think about Mazda's logic. It couldn't be more not quite the same as the approach of most makers that are at present delivering BEVs and half-breeds, which are intensely boosted by both the automakers and the legislature, both state and neighborhood, contingent upon the area. Indeed, even with all the money over the hood, the market infiltration of charged vehicles is low. Mazda's too little to lose cash paying individuals to drive EVs and crossbreeds. Its unsafe arrangement, which is fearless, yet has had blended outcomes, is to just enhance the interior burning motor. It's accomplished the best Armada normal mileage in the US as of now, utilizing a scope of direct infusion gas motors that are for the most part normally suction. A couple of minor gestures to zap have been presented, similar to IE loop regenerative braking and the BEV, a Japanese showcase, last-age Mazda 2 with a 20 kWh battery that was tried with a small revolving motor range extender. Be that as it may, the emphasis is on ignition, not power. What's more, that concentration isn't leaving at any point in the near future. Mazda trusts that unadulterated fuel, gas half-breed, and gas FEV vehicles will remain most by far of vehicles sold through 2035. By then, Mazda estimates, BEV and power module vehicles should make up around 15% of the aggregate of Mazda's lineup. The rest of the 85% will use some type of inner burning motor. Presently, that incorporates half and halves and even few CNG/LPG autos. Furthermore, these are worldwide numbers, too. There might be even less energy component in CNG/LPG vehicles sold here than abroad. The reason Mazda supposes it can depend entirely on petroleum product burning for so long is the momentous picks up in productivity it has made in the previous couple of years. Skyactiv G coordinate infusion fuel motors were presented in the Mazda 3 in 2012, it beat its same dislodging forerunner by a not unimportant 7 miles per gallon interstate/4 miles per gallon city, thanks to a limited extent to a more effective transmission that was a piece of the general Skyactiv case and powertrain innovation family. Essentially, the 2012 Skyactiv motor was 15% more proficient than the MZR it supplanted. The new Skyactiv X motor is a further 20–30% change to Skyactiv G, Mazda claims. What's more, here's the part Mazda is wagering on. Starting with these exceptionally productive burning motors implies when it at long last needs to swing to genuine half and halves, the advantages will stack. Mazda's Dave Coleman, had a backgrounder preparation on Skyactiv X innovation, said that half-breeds can use the greater part of the interior burning effectiveness picks up. Additionally, the per-unit cost of high-proficiency gas motor componentry is by all accounts not as much as the cost of adding half and half innovation to an individual vehicle. So says Mazda. This might be an appraisal of the aggregate life cycle of building up the innovation, in case you're beginning sans preparation, the R&D, tooling, etc. will make every unit to a great degree costly until the point when the expenses are amortized and the generation form scaled up. So when Mazda says it's less expensive for the organization to concentrate on enhancing the inward ignition motor, that might be genuine, for them. What's more, were they to shape a mechanical organization with an organization that has ability in Jolt, Ahem, Hack, Toyota, Ed, the unit cost evaluation may flip completely. Some of this future is coming sooner than you might suspect. Skyactiv X touches base in late 2019, accepting any hiccups. So too will a mellow half-breed electric vehicle and a BEV. The BEV is presumably going to spring from Mazda's specialized organization with Toyota, and since the organizations appear to probably need to both receive the rewards of such an association, the Mazda 2 CX-3/Yaris stage as of now co-delivered by the organizations appears like an intelligent wager. Nobody at Mazda is saying a peep in regards to the particulars yet. In any case, with so little BEV experience, and as of now putting R&D dollars into Skyactiv X and revolving motor tech, Mazda's probably extended too thin to turn up a nose at Toyota tech. Truly, we said turning. The BEV's little 330cc run extender, a solitary rotor unit, will probably motivate a rotating motor range extender alternative in the BEV. You can see the patent illustration underneath. That might be Mazda's commitment to the Toyota organization. It could likewise be that Mazda will permit the Skyactiv X's Psy burning procedure to Toyota. Mazda is on the record saying that as long as a game plan is to the greatest advantage of the two organizations, in other words, Mazda's getting something equal out of the arrangement, anything's on the table. So don't anticipate that then we'll just pitch it to anyone who needs to place Psy in their autos. At last, how about we swing to diesels of the Skyactiv D assortment, similar motors we thought may be supplanted totally by the new Skyactiv X innovation. Mazda has guaranteed us, through its specialists and spokespersons, that Skyactiv D is going to the US. The administrative obstacles it faces are vague, however it appears to be likely that given the egg of the characteristics of the organizations that didn't get Volkswagen conning are anxious to remain clean. In other words, there's additional examination confronting any new diesel application. It's likewise no mystery that Mazda needed to switch to charges diminishment systems midstream. In the wake of attempting to stay away from the urea infusion NOx diminishment framework, Mazda acknowledged they couldn't tune Skyactiv D to meet outflows without one unless they fixed its energy and responsiveness. That wouldn't do, for a Mazda. Thus, given the VW headwinds and the urea infusion switch, a portion of the postpone bodes well. Disregard sunk expenses, as well. It's a piece of the more extensive procedure to offer diesels here, as it is for different automakers. The sudden convergence of light purchaser diesels may appear to be odd in the wake of the prominent VW embarrassment, however there's strong financial aspects and customer inquire about supporting it. What's more, past the present age, Mazda guarantees to build up a moment-age Skyactiv D motor that is more effective than the present one, which is itself around 20% more proficient than the MZRCD motor it supplanted. There are a couple of indications about what Skyactiv D Gen 2 will involve. Absolutely, the Skyactiv X innovation may assume a part. The watchful registering that upgrades burning for each and every ignition occasion could make diesel ignition more productive. Quite a bit of Mazda's arrangement is as yet mystery, yet we do realize that one bit of the astound is more homogeneous charge. Another is erosion lessening. What's more, in conclusion, Mazda wants to influence the ignition to process more adiabatic, that is to state, with less warmth misfortune. Keep in mind, vitality changeover to warm is vitality that is squandered by not doing work applying power on the cylinder. We'll see Skyactiv D Gen 2 out of 2020, about a similar time that Mazda's BEV shows up and just before its FEV. Mazda is notwithstanding thinking about diesel crossbreed and FEV vehicles as a little piece of the item blend, a vehicle liable to accomplish genuinely amazing mileage. All that really matters is, everything's on the table, however improbable. Yet a couple of things in this scattershot approach are certainly green-lit and in transit. What's more, there don't seem, by all accounts, to be any barricades keeping Mazda from utilizing its Toyota Specialized Association to get a bounce on EV tech. Be that as it may, it's all reliant on interior burning assuming a noteworthy part for over 10 years. In this, it appears Mazda is being reasonable instead of putting down wagers on a particular innovation hopping to the front line to supplant inside burning. That is a wager Mazda can't bear to lose, so it won't play that diversion.